He's 71 now, and he used to jog like a maniac.
Yeah,
so,
well, that's like 34 in jazz world.
Yeah, yeah.
Things like Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon.
It's minimal.
It's very minimal. It's like I can take someone out for dinner, maybe,
Right.
twice a year. But that's definitely not my bread and butter. And that moment, like that time on the bus going home with the record in your hand, you're like building anticipation, you're excited.
Yeah.
And like we don't really have that feeling anymore.
Hello, and welcome to the Blue Couch. I am here today with Darla Daniels, and wow, I was reading your, we're just gonna jump right in. I was reading your bio that you sent me. I love Calvin's little quote right at the top there.
Oh yeah,
He is such a doll.
he really is.
What a player. Hey,
Yeah.
you can't be here. Stay on the floor.
Come on, girl.
Come on, Piper. That was Piper. Yeah, I got to play with him a few times in one project, and
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
Like the chops and the intonation are one thing. His sense of melody is what gets me. All his solos are just melodies.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the melody of the song, but he'll play something so great right out of the gate. You're like, well, I would just stand there and be like, what? I'm supposed to follow that guy?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. No, he's such a monster. And when he gets into like playing the double stops with the melodies, it just sounds like he's done it before, like that exact thing. It sounds like he's practiced it, but it just came out of his brain.
And what a doll, what a gentle soul, nice human.
Oh yeah.
I really love him.
Yeah, me too.
I want to play with him more. And I want to play with you on fiddle.
Yeah.
I have to learn. I think the Metis Fiddle stuff is so cool because the songs, from listening to them cursory as I have, and not really learning them, I've noticed that they kind of have that bluegrass thing. And maybe you can describe this to me or how it works. It always feels like maybe there's an extra bar somewhere before it resets. Is that like a key element? Because like for this white dude, I'm like, yeah, I gotta like really think about that. It doesn't, it feels cool, and when you just listen to it, everything fits with the melody. But when you start, because I tried to play along with a couple for a project I was in, I was like, I'm glad I'm just tasked with soloing over this because that's a whole thing, right? So what's going on there? Is it like that bluegrass thing, like extra bar?
Yeah, totally. And it's not like black and white either. Like no two fiddle players will play it the same way.
Oh, wow.
Right? So
Okay.
like you'll play a tune that's, been played for hundreds of years with a player from Winnipeg.
Right.
And they'll drop a beat at the end of a bar. And it's like, okay, I figured it out.
Right.
And then you play with that same tune with a fiddle player from Fort Vermilion.
Yeah.
And they'll do it completely different. And it's the same
Okay.
tune.
That makes me feel good because I was like, something cool is up, but I haven't figured it out yet.
I'm glad you think it's cool because
Yeah.
I love playing those tunes with, what we call, Caucasian people like Muñoz.
Yeah.
And that's like white in Cree. But I love playing those tunes with those kinds of bands and those musicians because they're just like, why did you
Hold on
do
a
that?
minute.
Wait a
Yeah.
second, did you mean to do that? Because it felt intentional.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because it's cooler.
Yeah.
We call it crooked.
It just, that's it. It gets a little hiccup.
Yeah.
Right? Because, a lot of bluegrass songs, they finish the form like, and then they'll go, and then they're at the top.
Yeah.
They just give this breath. And I think at those tempos, that makes sense.
Totally.
It's like, we're going 160 BPM, 16th notes. We should probably put 2 extra bars. And then everybody can reset for a second.
Yeah, and it's wild because when you see it live, like in community and it dances, like the dancers, they don't miss a beat.
Right.
They just feel it.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I really want to study that more. I want to be able to back that up. And because I've been having the coolest people on here, and thanks for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
It's like multiple series. Like we can't talk about everything in one go. And today we're going to play one of Darla's songs, and she's going to play acoustic, and I'm going to back her up on electric. But I want to have you back and play fiddle. That means I got to hold down. So I got to.
Oh yeah, we got to lock in. It's going to be so fun.
I want to get it. I can't wait. Because anytime you learn a new, really legitimate roots-based language on the instrument, it pays such huge dividends, right?
Totally.
As a matter of fact, the last time I saw Calvin, it's a couple years ago now. Maybe I saw him briefly at some function after that, but we were both at the Ricky Skaggs concert at River Cree.
Oh yeah.
I mean, bluegrass just blows my mind.
Yeah.
Like, no drummer, best time you've ever felt in your life. And like, I have a live at Charleston, Ricky Skaggs record, that the first song, Black Eyed Susie, he just goes, all right, boys, chung, 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 and they're in.
Yeah.
There's not, you hear him tapping, but he just goes chunk, chunk, chunk at a super fast tempo, and everyone is just, and there's no like, oh, it took a second. It's just relentlessly perfect right out of the gate. Blows my mind. Love bluegrass music.
I love comparing bluegrass. Like, I feel the same way when I listen to bluegrass music and like seasoned bluegrass players as I do when I listen to metal. And it's so, there's like a Venn diagram of like technicality, like a crossover there.
And hardcore jazzers,
Yeah.
like that are swinging at aggressive tempos, let's say, and just nailing it.
Yeah.
Or like you see, I just saw Pat Metheny in Chicago, and he's one of my all-time guys. He's getting a little, his mobility is looking, he's 71 now, and he used to jog like a maniac.
Yeah,
So,
well, that's like 34 in jazz world.
Yeah. Yeah. Except that his legs, like he looks a little stiff walking. He's still playing like a monster, and his band now is the second version of the Side Eye Band is killer. It was unreal. So getting back to your bio, I've been trying to like almost memorize it, but man, so many accolades, so many cool things, so many questions about some of these things. One thing I wanted to know, because I'm so interested in like this world we live in where we have to have streams, like what does that look like? Does it generate forward momentum? Is there any money on the, like, are you getting paid for streaming? What does that look like right now? Yeah.
Like for streaming specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with streaming on like things like Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon,
it's minimal.
It's very minimal.
Yeah.
It's like I can take someone out for dinner, maybe,
right.
Twice a year. But that's definitely not my bread and butter. But it's such a different world now because, everyone's talking about streaming, and streaming has completely changed the music industry. It's changed everything for everyone in it.
Yeah, there's no buying a house anymore from record sales.
No, definitely not.
That's
Even the way
over.
that the algorithm like serves the listener, it's even harder to promote a new release on Spotify because that's not what Spotify is designed to do.
Nope.
It's designed for personalization.
Right.
So it learns your listening habits.
Yeah.
And even if there's an artist that you love and you listen to quite a bit, you may not even get their new release right away because it might think that you want something else at that time of day.
Everyone's in a silo. Like there's no song of the year. There's no movie of the summer.
Yeah.
Because everyone just watches what they want when they want.
Totally.
It's an odd landscape, having come from a time when you had to save up money, get on a bus. Like in Miami, I had to take 2 buses because the closest cool record store I knew was in the Omni Mall in downtown Miami.
Okay.
So I had to take a bus across the causeway to get to Miami from the beach. Then I had to take another bus downtown, to downtown, and then go into the mall, and then find the record I wanted, and hopefully they had it, and buy it, and take it home and listen to it.
Yeah.
And put it on.
And that moment, like that time on the bus at home, like going home with the record in your hand, you're like building anticipation, you're excited. And like we don't really have that feeling anymore, with music, because like I remember like I was a CD kid, and like my first piece of physical music was a cassette tape. It was Baby One More Time.
Oh, nice.
By Britney Spears. And I remember when I got that, I didn't realize at the time that it was going to be completely different 10 years from that moment. But I remember like cherishing every piece of music that I had.
Yes.
Because that's all I had. I couldn't just go online and just search up whatever kind of playlist and have some robot design a playlist of stuff that I love.
No, I mean, hold on. I always have this nagging feeling. Okay, the red light's on.
Oh, while we're checking.
I'm always tripping. Yeah, you're good.
If I can find it in my hair.
You're good. There are, I was going to say, I still get that, I get to have that feeling because I seek these things out. Mm-hmm. So for instance, I love Big Wreck. I love Elbow. Elbow is a band, I don't know if you know them, they're from the UK.
No, I don't.
They're kind of like Radiohead meets Coldplay. So a little more accessible than Radiohead, but a lot grittier than Coldplay.
Okay.
Guy Garvey is the singer. They're from Manchester. I've seen them like 10 times. I saw them 3 times last year,
Nice.
including in Montreal. I adore them. His lyrics, you would love his lyrics. Like, he tells stories. It's like this, everything from the everyday mundane, perfectly described, to like these amazing love songs, whatever. Guy Garvey's a genius. But they release full albums that are meant to be listened to all the way through, with like, a lot of them have these incidental things between the songs, like a vignette from the studio where you have to turn it up and you realize it's the metronome, and he's got it in his headphones and he's like, what's that? And they're like, it's timing, mate, because they're telling him, we're giving you the time.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I can't beatbox if I'm listening to that. And so he's like, wants to do it again, but then the next song starts. You never even realize, well, what song was that? Because it doesn't fit the tempo of the song we were just in or are going to. So
Right. It's kind of a reset.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so like, I love that stuff, and I love full records. And yeah, I mean, I came from the generation where you had to get up and turn the record over. I remember that there was a Tom Petty CD. I forget which one. Daphne would know. She's a huge Petty fan. My wife is Daphne, by the way. And so there was like, halfway through the CD, he goes, all right, well, we're going to take a minute now for the people that have to get up and turn the record over. Like, he made a joke about how, and that's, at that time, that technology was so wild.
Yeah.
You know? And it could have sounded better because I think Sony or somebody had a more, like 100 times oversampling version of CDs, but they were more expensive to make and took longer to make, obviously.
Right.
And whoever else, RCA or somebody, I might have those backwards, so internet, you can correct me in the comments, but like, the other company was like, nah, 50,000 times oversampling's enough, and they went to market first, and they kind of cornered it for a while. So all of these things, but I love that you say that about the cassette tape, because my first cassette tape was Elvis Presley. My aunt gave me an Elvis Presley and Andy Gibb.
Nice.
Shadow Dancing.
Wow.
Holy.
Those are some great first cassettes.
Those were good ones, man, and I wore them out. But,
As you do. And then you have to get another one.
yeah. So now, but you are, because I've heard that, especially my indigenous friends say that the XM stuff and the satellite, that's where you make, right? More streaming?
Oh,
or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, XM is great because you get paid in US dollars as well.
Yes.
And it's per spin.
Yeah, oh, that's amazing.
So if you get a song on one channel, that's dope. But if you get a song on 2 and it spins
you
for,
make some money.
4 or 6 months, you make some money.
That's great.
Yeah.
I played with this girl Mimi out of Ottawa. Mimi
Boswin?
Obonzwin. Yeah. Played with her for a couple years. It just got too expensive to keep flying me back and forth. But I guess one of her songs was on there, unbeknownst to her. And then someone told her, oh, you need to check that, blah, 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 because my friend checked it and there was like 35 grand waiting for her. And I'm like, oh, it's nice to know that at least somebody, because I don't do Spotify, I don't do Apple Music, I don't stream anything. I buy, and it's still not great, but I try to go to Bandcamp first. If an artist I like has their album there, I'll buy it there.
Nice.
If not, I buy it on iTunes, because I buy the biggest phone I can afford, because I have 30,000 songs on my whole iTunes library. And it's also people's music, right? So let's say down the line, you gave me your whole catalog and we're like, yeah, I might need you for an upcoming gig. So then I have your songs in there. And then let's say we do a gig in BC, and then we don't do a gig for another year, but then you hit me up like, hey, what are you doing in June? I need you. And then I'm like, great, I have your music right there.
Yeah.
I could be out on the road somewhere else and I can start listening again. Like, oh yeah, that part, cool. Yeah, I got it.
That's super valuable to just have it in your pocket.
Yeah, and it used to be so easy for me to transfer my music from Mac to Mac. This last time, going to my new Mini, I was on the phone for an hour with tech support. The library was easy enough to bring over. It's like 180 gigs because it's my whole life of music. And I lived with a bass player in 2007 when we first got early iPods, and we both put all of our CDs into my Mac.
Oh, wow.
So my collection doubled, his collection doubled, and then we could put it all on the iPod. And I was like, this is amazing that I can have all Pink Floyd, like which Pink Floyd record do you want to hear?
Yeah.
We've got them all. So anyway, yada yada. To get because I have I have like 80 playlists, right? Because I have my like music I love to listen to. I have my own stuff I've recorded over the years. I have all random sessions I've done with other people. I have every artist that I've recorded with, plus every artist that I've ever played for. They have a playlist because, like I said, if suddenly Dream Car needs me again, which got a lot of cool gigs coming up with them, and that's still fresh. But let's say Chad's back for a long time. I don't do the gig for a while, and then I need to refresh. I have it on hand.
Yeah.
And I've got multiple versions, whatever I need. But my playlist didn't come over with the library because, of course, they're inshittifying it because they want me to just pay for Apple Music and move on with my life and pay them $8.95 or whatever it is a month. So I had to export the playlists a special way and then import them. Another thing they did was if I bought your record on iTunes on my phone, which is where I usually buy it primarily, because then it goes right to my phone. I have it to listen to right away. Done. But then on my iMac, my old iMac, it would show the same record would show up in purchased right on the screen, right in the main library, but it would have a cloud next to it, and you didn't have to download it to muck up your memory and take up all this memory, but I could still stream my own record that I paid for.
Right.
Now, not only did they get rid of that feature, they bury new purchases on your Mac. You have to go, I learned this from, once again, calling customer service. You have to go into accounts, recently purchased, and there it is hiding, and it has a download. So now you have to force the download, chew up your memory on your machine, your storage, by downloading it, because once again, they don't want me to do that.
Yeah.
They don't want me to control the music aren't paid for.
Yeah.
I mean, it's enough to make you nuts.
Yep.
Makes me a little bit crazy.
I totally hear you.
Shitification, it's a thing.
Yeah.
But here we are, and we keep doing this, I'm glad you're making money from streaming, though. That makes me really happy.
Yeah, me too. Especially, like, I didn't really know what that would look like.
Yeah.
Because it's still really quite new, for me.
Well, most people still say, I don't make anything. Because most people are just on Spotify. They just do, they put it out on whatever platforms that DistroKid tells them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was going to have Danita boycott and not do Spotify this time, but it was almost more trouble than it was worth. So we were like, fine, let's just do all the platforms.
Yeah. I think where people run into issues too is like, I'm very new to this, but I realize that like if an artist is, putting out music and they're expecting to make money from streaming, they're looking at streaming the wrong way. They're looking at like putting their music out for distribution the wrong way.
Right.
Like you can't look at streaming or like putting your music out there and releasing music to make money. Like there has to be, like as an artist, as you know, you have to, and you have to have a purpose for every division of your business. You have to look at it like a company. And that would be like, I don't know, that would be like looking at like owning a restaurant and selling desserts only to make money.
Right.
Or like...
I mean, if you are great at it and you're into it with passion, yes. There was a place in Denver called D-Bar, Dessert Bar.
Ooh.
It would get packed. But they found a niche.
Right.
But I see what you're saying, but like, you have to do it for the love and for the intrinsic value of what it does for you to create that music. Build it and they will come, kind of a thing.
Totally.
Right?
And I agree with you for sure.
Yeah.
Like for me, there's a little bit of a difference of like creating the music, because there's value in creating for people like us,
Oof,
because that scratches an itch that nothing else can. But putting it out for the world, for somebody else to consume it, that's completely a different game.
Yeah, and it's always been gate kept. Yeah, it's always been gatekeepers. Yep, because you had to pay a lot of money to get a song spun in stress rotation on radio, and then subsequently MTV videos to be put on in stress rotation. People were getting checks to make that happen.
Right? And you needed a record label to do that for you.
Yeah, so like in a way we don't have that, but now it almost, like, I talk about this all the time, and I think I've talked about it in every single episode of this podcast, but I love recording music with Pro Tools. And I'm swatting at gnats because we have live plants in the house. This is just a byproduct, people.
It is
so
spring
you see
after
me going
all.
like this, right? It's not horse flies. Okay? But like, I love recording. I love mixing. I don't like being forced to be a recorder, a mixer, a promoter, and then I do gigs with people that use in-ears, and now they're like, you can mix your own monitors. I'm like, I don't want to be a monitor guy.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Give me a monitor, put the vocals in it, put a little bit of that keyboard that's way over there that I can't hear in it, and we're going to go, and we're happy. I don't want to, like I did a gig, and the keyboards were this loud, and then I turned it up, and the next song they were this loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And then everyone else was like, we love it. It's so great. I'm like, it's awful. Maybe I need to get chops doing it. I don't want to be. So all that is to say, like, it's nuts that we're tasked with all of this stuff now. So I have days where I'm like, I don't want to do any of it.
Yeah.
And I just want to play guitar.
Yeah.
So I give you props because you seem to be leaning into it in a great way. And it's great advice that you're saying, because it really is, it's like people that like set out, I'm going to write a hit song. And so they abandon what they do naturally, like that may be a little too sophisticated for people. And then they try to force a hit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to write a simple song that is a hit.
Yeah,
It's
you can't
like,
do that.
Don't do that, man.
Yeah, there's like, you can't sit down and decide to write a hit. Like, even the biggest songwriters in the world can't do that.
No, when they're tasked with something, and if they, like, those people are amazing, because you hear these stories are like, yeah, I had nothing, and then the day of I was under pressure, and then they just do it because that's what's inside them.
Right.
But the people that, yeah, because, like Ian, let's take Big Wreck, right? Their music is extremely heady. They're not as popular as they should be given their talent level and his songwriting level. But he doesn't compromise. He'll put long solos and ridiculous progressive metal parts in the middle because he doesn't care.
Right.
And he still has a great fan base. He still gets to tour in buses. He gets to go on out with big names, and it was really cool. I went on. Daphne's a huge Creed fan, and her sister, and her sister too, and they're reaching a whole new gen.
I love Creed. I love what they're doing right now. It's crazy.
You're gonna be besties with Daph.
Oh,
I can't wait till you guys talk when we're done shooting. Because she's been on the Creed cruise 3 times. She followed them around for years. Like, her and her sister would do what I call musical tourism, where they would go to Poland and then drive, and they would drive to 3 countries and see Creed 3 times.
Oh my
or
goodness.
more. And they're also huge fans of Miles, Alter Bridge. So that's Creed rhythm section with Miles Kennedy singing.
Okay.
Have you ever checked out Alter Bridge?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you would love them too. So Miles?
I feel like I should be taking notes of like things to listen to.
We can just watch the video.
Or are you gonna have to sidebar?
It's all documented. So you just watch the video, take notes. No,
absolutely.
We'll talk about it all. But anyway, Alter Bridge. Do you know Miles Kennedy?
No.
Okay, so he's kind of like a Thornley. He's got monstrous vocal chops. He's a shredder, and he writes great songs. So he sings lead. After Creed dissolved, they formed Alter Bridge and kept going, and they just got a new singer. And they made a whole new band with its own sound. And Tremonti is one of the... Would you look at this one? Tremonti is one of the hardest working men in show business. I mean, he's got... Speaking of that, Creed's guitar player, have you heard his Sinatra stuff?
No.
He sounds so good.
Oh my goodness.
He did a Christmas record and then a regular record with Sinatra's band, P.S.
Stop.
With the horn players.
Oh
like everyone that's still alive and able
Yeah.
was on this record.
Wow.
Unbelievable. So
I love that.
So much respect for all these guys. But they went on the Creed cruise 3 years in a row running now. It's been going on. I went the second year. Because I wanted to join in, and also it was added incentive for me because Big Wreck was going to be on there. And Big Wreck's shows were definitely, Chad and I went to one, or went to 2 together, I think. I went to all of them, because on a cruise, you probably know the drill, the bands play on multiple stages throughout the whole cruise. Creed only plays on the big main deck stage, obviously. They're the headliner. They played as we were leaving the port. It was so fun.
Oh, man.
And then, and they sound so good live. And
Yeah.
really props to Scott Stapp, because he was, he had so many struggles and he's doing so well. He looks so healthy. He's strong. He's in great shape. Amazing.
Yeah.
What a cool story.
I love that.
But the last show that Big Wreck did was so when you walk into the cruise ship, there's that, that classic entrance with the double stairwell and the bar on the side. And they put the stage behind the bar. And they don't let people sit on the stage, but all the other bands, most of the other bands, I should say, Seven Dust, these young kids that I'll forget their name, they were so great, like post Aerosmith rock and roll, and Creed were all sitting and watching Ian. And I kept looking up at Tremonti because he'd be like, because
Yeah.
you know, Ian is just so, his slide playing alone is like a whole life. You could try to learn that.
Yeah.
And then his singing, like, and the fact that he only started singing because no one in the band sang. How did you not know you could sing like Chris Cornell? Mm-hmm. Like what?
I don't think we can hear our voices the way that other people do, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, sometimes
That's
it takes
fair.
like somebody else to call it out
Right.
for you to be like, oh, maybe.
But
yeah,
I mean, just
maybe I
like
could sing.
the ability to know that he could belt that high.
Yeah.
How did he just start doing that?
Like, how do you know that? How do you not know that that's superhuman?
Right. Or that you could do that. Like, I figured like when I saw him in an interview, he'd be like, oh yeah, I've been singing since I was, 10, and then when my voice changed, we took lessons, I went to France, whatever. I thought it was going to be this like whole evolution. He's like, nah, no one else sang. I'm like, and now you sing like that?
It's kind of anticlimactic.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it was pretty cool, and everybody was just like, wow. And I have some video of that show, and God, it's good bands. I'm just glad, it seems like live music is just this magnetic thing now and I think AI slop is just going to push more people to it.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all serving us the way that it should. And yeah, AI is like a whole other conversation, man. Like,
we have been broaching it on this very couch, so I want to know your thoughts, because like I posit this question to everybody, because we're not going to stop. You're not going to stop writing. Yeah. Because of that.
Yeah, no, you can't. No. You can't. I think it's a danger to over rely on it, and it's one of those things too. It's like you hear about all these platforms that are being designed right now and being supported by people in the music industry, like Asuno and like, all those ones that like just call up like, yeah, hey, I want a 1970s guitar with this effect. And
Post Allman Brothers, blah, blah, blah.
Like, you can be super specific with it, but it's like, you have to ask yourself at some point, like, where do I want the work to end for me? Because like, that's part of the joy for me, is like being able to figure it out and like write a song with my brain and not have somebody else do it for, and my heart.
And watching it come to life from nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, I was learning trapline, and like the intro licks are so good, and like, you don't know when you're sitting in wherever you wrote that song, could have been on a grassy knoll or in your bedroom. You didn't know that Chad was going to play that cool line. Nah. And then there it is. And are you doubling that on fiddle too?
I am, yeah. That line
sounds
actually,
so good.
Thank you. Yeah, Chad killed it. Like, everybody who played on my record, like, is just a monster, and I'm just so happy with how it turned out.
By the way, I didn't mean to, I jumped the gun. He may not, you may have written that intro line, but.
It came from a different part of the song that that I just recorded on my iPhone for Harry for a demo.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it was like a little random, like, post-chorus.
It's such a nice line. It's such a good line, and it's and I mean, obviously the recording quality is great. But yeah, getting back to this AI thing, like, because your first single, and I'm gonna forget the name right now.
Many Miles.
Yes, I've been cramming. That's dedicated to your dad, right?
It is. Yeah.
And so like, that is so deeply personal. AI cannot do that. It can fake it, but I heard who was it that said this? Oh, a buddy of mine made a comment on the first episode of the Blue Couch with Danita, saying exactly that. He's like, the minute I find out it's AI, it might fool me sonically, but then I lose interest because I know that there's no experience behind. The words could be deep, but there's no experience. There's no true experience behind them. So what is it? It's a cover band. Yeah. It like draws from everything. I always say it. If we had an AI machine sitting here inside a computer, the software, they couldn't do anything. No. Until you put it on the interweb. Yeah, 100%. Otherwise, it just goes, I don't know, what's a song? Yeah, it can only learn from like the result of things, like the arrived version
that's
come before.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is kind of what we do, but we have the key component of the human emotion and experience element. Yeah. That also is there. Yes. You write songs based on songs you learned how to play, based on songs you love, based on artists you grew up with. So all of that is in there. Like, if I took apart one of your songs, I could be like, oh yeah, I could tell she listened to a lot of blank, whoever. Like, if you hear I have a buddy that I've been playing music with since we were in community college together. And he can sit and listen to my solos and go, Warren Haynes, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, stop. I thought I had my own voice.
Right, it's all me.
But, you know, we all come from the same influences, so what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, no, totally.
Well, that's super encouraging. I love this because we need artists like you. We need this real thing. The genuine article is more important than ever.
For sure, especially now.
Ugh.
Especially now. With AI aside, you know, we live in a society where we're faced all the time with, like, when we open our phones, we see the perfect version and the arrived destination of, you know, what it looks like to have a perfect life and, you know, have the white picket fence and stuff. But that's not real life.
Well, just the whole highlight reel of everything.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's interesting. I was shooting the last episode down in Red Deer at Greg Birkin's store, and we had a really fun shoot. And there was a younger kid that was in the studio when he gave me the tour of the new studio they have down there. And then at the end of our shooting, that kid came up and just started talking to me because he saw me packing up my stuff. And he's like, "Oh, so what is this, a podcast? Or you do just demo videos?" I'm like, "No, I'm just actually doing these long form discussions with people." And I said, "You're on Instagram, right?" He goes, something you just said reminded me of, I love what he said. He goes, "Well, I'm actually doing a detox right now." And I said, "Good for you, man." I said, "Well, let's just find me on YouTube and then you watch at your leisure." And he goes, "Sounds good." And I was so happy to hear that because, man, do we need that.
Yeah.
It's just such an inundation of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like one of the things that robs us, I think. Well, I can only speak for myself. It robs me of my creative edge when I spend too much time on social media. It's crazy because it's like I have to have it on my phone for work. Part of me wants to get a second phone for this.
All the time.
But, you know, like, is that just an excuse? But, like, I find that when I'm doom scrolling for too long, it numbs me out. It takes me out of my body. It takes me out of my life. And I just realized that I'm like, you know what? I have to, like, go buy a ticket to a show and just go hang out with friends and listen to music and be around humans.
Yes, please.
Outside in the world. I need to touch grass.
Yes.
Because that's where songs come from and, you know,
Oh,
that's where connection comes from. So.
I love this. This is one of the best episodes ever. I love the things you're saying. I mean, it's so true. The days that I struggle the most is I will indulge. I'll wake up and just watch reel after reel.
Yeah.
And I'll cuddle with the dogs, so I'm having a nice morning, but after a while it's just like, ugh. And so I was reading, you know, I'm constantly trying to figure out, like, okay, how can I, so when I'm being a good boy, I will get my phone in the morning, check the time, and be like, okay. And then I come downstairs, I cuddle with the dogs, that's first. Then I let them out. I drink my warm water.
Yes.
And then make my first cup. And then I go on and I just make sure, let's say I posted something and you commented, "Great solo." I make sure to love that and be like, "Thank you." So I'm keeping the algorithms happy. And I put a timer, 10 minutes. And I go on Facebook, wish the happy birthdays, check the email, and then phone goes off.
Yeah.
And then I shed because, man, it's affected my ability to, like, retain parts. Like, I'm struggling more than I ever have.
Really?
I've always learned songs really fast. And now I'm like, whoa, why am I forgetting that I played this song like 5 times?
Right.
It's usually like 6 times and I got it. Like this morning I reviewed yours, like I went through it the other day, cursory, like I have a whole system. First, you know, obviously, okay, D minor, great. Chord progression, cool. And I also love that you just use the same 4 chords for the whole song because, no, this is a thing because it doesn't feel like that. There's pauses in the right spots. It builds the right way. Because, like, Sade is the queen of that. Like that song, is the same 2 chords the whole song.
Yeah.
With the same exact bass line.
Well, thank you.
And damn, if that isn't a cool song, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. Agree with
and that's the thing, is your chorus builds, whatever. So I get the form, and then I'm like, okay, so I got to play this intro lick. So I work that out. And then, like, a couple times through, I usually have it, you know? And then I reviewed it today. Okay, let me get the ending, yada, yada. But with some more complex stuff, I just been like, or just maybe a lot, if it's just a lot of stuff. Like with obviously with Secondhand Dream Car, it was like 25 songs was super intricate, and it was so great that I had the stems for that, because listening through that great production is hard sometimes, because like you're like, is he playing this version or this one? Then you get the stem and you're like,
there it is. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot going on for sure.
A lot going on. So, but yeah, and so lastly, before we wrap it up, and then we're going to play a song at the end, so stick around. But you made a cool post about not imbibing anymore and not relying on that live. Can you talk about that a little? Because I love the culture around it now. I think it's more encouraging. People are more encouraging.
It is. Yeah. That post got a lot of really positive visibility and responses, which was really cool. I'm 14 months sober and coming up on 2 years clean.
Good for you.
So thank you. Yeah.
Happy birthday almost.
Yeah, absolutely. It definitely feels like that. I feel like, man, there's so much that I can say, but what I'm really letting sink in right now is that I'm still learning who Darla is sober. Wow. Because it feels like, I've lived however many years of life, like 34 tomorrow. I turn 34 tomorrow. And
whoa, happy birthday.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, it feels like, okay, well, before I would do this for fun and I would do this with these people, and now those people aren't in my life anymore. And now it's kind of like, it's one of those things where you have to replace what you remove. And I'm like, okay, well, all that time that I spent, partying and going out to clubs and stuff like that, like, what do I do with that time now?
Right.
And so being intentional with what you replace is like one of the things that I'm learning right now. And it's just been so great. Like the first year was tough, and now I feel like I'm over that hump. But it's not perfect, and I'm okay with that.
That's life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's
it wasn't perfect the other way either. Probably a lot less perfect.
Pretty far from it.
Farther off the mark. Yeah.
Definitely. But I love sobriety, man. It's such a great life.
That's fantastic.
And I have energy. Like I wake up and I'm like, okay, what have I got to do today? And I don't have a hangover. I love everybody in my life. I don't feel weird about any of the relationships that I've kept around like since my 20s. It feels so much more like me.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've heard like there's major changes, like 3 months is one thing, and then 6 months you feel a whole different way. Did you find that kind of like with time more radical changes in the way you felt? Looked at things, like to take time to get out from under all of it, right?
For sure. Absolutely, because it depends on how deep you are in that well, like every few rope pulls, it's going to be a whole new level of
okay, good metaphor,
if you're doing the work.
But
if you're not doing the work, it's going to feel like level 1. It's going to feel like that first week all the way through.
Yeah, because that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah, and it's hard. It's some of the hardest work. But there's that I've lived and I'm still living. But the other part of that too for me is realizing that like that's maybe just my personality, where if I'm a super compulsive and like I like to call it an addictive personality or whatever, I think I just like replace it with something else, because if you don't replace it with something else, you're going to fall into those patterns again, and it's going to be destructive.
Yeah, because everyone who knows me, I'm an open book. I'm totally, like, I would call myself an addict. I went through the program. It's a really successful for a lot of people. It didn't really work for me because I felt like it was, because I heard stories in there. And people were like, well, if I take one drink, I'll wake up in Cincinnati. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a little more ritualistic than just wanting to get blooded every time I have a drink. Obviously, with all the new research on alcohol, it's like, they take in the number of drinks recommended to almost nothing for people, which is no mystery. It's poison, right? But, and so I still go back and forth, and I do dry January, and I always feel great, and I'm always like, but I love talking about it with people. I love the story, and I love like I said, there's such a better culture around it now, because people are encouraging, like I heard you say, some people fell off from your life with the change, but a lot of people like me that still enjoy I'm only going to encourage you. We can still hang out, right? And if you told me, oh, if you're going to have a big party with drinking, I probably won't come. I'd be like, yeah, no worries. Let's get together soon. Like, I would never be like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, you're not fun anymore.
Yeah, that whole thing seems to be really waned out, and I love it. And younger people aren't drinking as much, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah, no, they're just at home chilling. Like they're just like at home playing video games with their friends online.
Right.
Like when I was that age, I was in a bush party, like drinking coolers, you know, and like not going home until like Monday morning.
And like, yes. And the mocktails are big, and like everyone's offering those now. Near beers taste good now.
Yeah.
They used to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
liquefied cardboard.
Oh, duels. What is this?
Yeah. Oh man, a 0% Corona.
Yeah.
Like on a sunny patio.
And it has like vitamin B or something in it, or vitamin C?
Vitamin D?
Yeah, something. You're like, what? Healthy. Super refreshing. Agreed. Yeah.
Totally.
I definitely filter those in more and more because it just, because like I said, I'm a ritual. When I'm cutting onions for dinner, I like to see the pint glass or the stem glass with the nice looking beer.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to contain alcohol, and then I feel better the next day.
Yeah.
You know?
That's awesome.
Well, that's really good. Congratulations and upcoming on this little milestone for you. Just, I celebrate it, man, and I'm here to put that forward.
Thank you. I
Positive,
appreciate
people. Keep it positive. So we are going to take a break. I think that's a good spot. We're going to regroup, and we're going to tune up, and we're going to get a capo. An inside joke, people. All right, we'll see you soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right now. Okay, we are back, and this is take 3 because wow. I forgot to push record. We're going to play this beautiful song by Darla, and it is called...
This song is called Trapline.
Let's do it.
Woo. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Father's eyes, a blend born of 2 days. That was awesome.
So good, even better than the last take, people, where I didn't push record. That one actually was so good that we couldn't release it.
Yeah,
Then,
it would have broken the world.
the internet, for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us about that song. Yeah, we got to rehash that whole thing too.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Trapline is a song that I started piecing together when I was about 16, so just like
That's
a couple
what I've
years
been knocking around.
ago.
up there for a while.
It's been floating around upstairs for a long time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a song that I wrote about just feeling like I never really belonged in the place that I loved. Like I grew up in a beautiful little community where all you hear is the sound of frogs at night, and it's just peaceful and green, and everyone knows everybody. But yeah, being mixed and being Métis on top of that, like you're already feeling like you walk between two worlds.
Right.
So you're like, where do I belong? What's my place in this world? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
So, and another thing too is like living in a small town or growing up in a small town, if you don't leave by a certain point and you have an inkling of like doing something with your life, like if you don't leave when you have the opportunity to, you'll be there forever.
That's what they say, right? I think that's even if you grow up in a big town. But like, obviously the opportunities are built in there, so it's maybe a little more nebulous, right?
Totally.
To realize that. But I think you do have to leave to find yourself. Discover.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. And we did talk a little about lyrics meaning and mishearing things. I wanted to tell that story again because I heard Seal talk about, they asked him why he doesn't put his lyrics in his records, and it's because he didn't want to rob somebody if they heard something a certain way. He didn't want to like take that away from them, and suddenly they realize he's just saying some mundane word that doesn't have anything to do with the meaning that literally made them cry once, right? And that's what it is, right? It's gonna land different for everyone.
Totally.
Because I heard the lyrics, they meant something to me, and hearing you tell the story, it's like, it's not far off, but it has these beautiful double meanings, and it's like a prism, so the light goes through it and comes out in so many directions.
Yeah, for sure. And like all interpretations of lyricism and like a song are correct, right? Because everyone's life is valid and their experiences. That's what you heard. It's what you take out of it. And you don't want to understand it for the audience when you write. Just as long as
there's a soundbite for you.
Yeah.
No, let them understand it.
Yeah.
The way that makes sense for them.
Totally.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, well, lots more to come with Darla on another installment because there's just too much to talk about, and she's got more things in the works and always cooking up new tunes, so stay tuned.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Later.